And we're joined by Ross and Luca of Shape of Water. How are you guys doing?
Good, thank you. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, man. I'm all good, thanks. So obviously last week you released a double single in A Ghost in Manchester and your cover of Mr. Sandman. I love the version you've done of Mr. Sandman on that. The haunting quality on it sounds great. What made you choose that song?
Well, actually, so it's we wanted to so basically let's start from the beginning. We wanted to release an Halloween song, and we had this song Earth in Manchester, which is part of all the new songs we wanted to release for a new album. But then we said this song is particularly weird and strange, so we wanted to release for Halloween, but also we wanted to put something else.
And we said one day, why don't we just put a cover in?
We wrote a list of covers. In this list there was, for instance, there was how's it called, that song? Something Inside You.
It's hard to explain. Kavinsky, Night Call.
Night Call. I don't know if you know that song from the film Drive. There was Elvis Presley. There was a lot of things we put on. And then we were on Spotify and we saw that song and said, I think this is the one.
Yeah, and actually I think it worked pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds great. Like I said, it's got like obviously going on the Halloween side of things that you guys are doing with this. It's got like a really cool haunting kind of real dark quality to it, which obviously you don't necessarily hear in the original, but it's always really fun for just as a listening point of view. You know, when you hear an artist and they take a song and they really make it their own. I thought it was a great cover, man.
Thank
you so much.
No worries. And going back to obviously the other side of that, A Ghost in Manchester. Love the video for that. I was watching that the other day when that got released. The video looks great.
Thank you so much. I did it.
Yeah,
you produced it, or did you, Luca?
Yeah. I produced the video. I produced every one of our videos except the first one that was a collaboration. But yeah, as a videographer, we did everything inside the house. Actually, we even produced 2 songs inside his room.
Yeah, the recordings, everything is done at home.
Okay, see, that was something else I was going to bring up because it's got quite a big sound to it. It's got quite sort of cinematic sound, and I did wonder who produced it. But obviously, that was yourselves as well.
Yeah.
In COVID time, we just try to reinvent ourselves, and of course, without being able to. Well, now you can, but this was a long process. During pandemic, we started writing new songs, and then we started recording new stuff, and then we said, you know what? We have to do it by ourselves, because otherwise you have
we were scared to lose too much time between a release and another, so we start to make some experiment inside the house, like microphones and speakers and guitars, and in a certain point we said
eventually it worked.
The quality is good, why don't we do that?
Yeah, if it's working, why not? At the end of the day, like you say, you don't want to lose that time where everybody's lost time the last sort of couple of years, like you say. So if you can do things in house and you can continue, doing your passion with Shape of Water, why wouldn't you do that? It makes perfect sense if you're able to.
Yeah, so and we basically next to each other, so it's very easy to organize.
Oh, cool! That's even more handy then. No excuses at all for you guys not to do anything then.
Yeah, exactly.
You mentioned obviously that you're looking ahead for a full album rather than sort of the single. Is that going to be? Have you got a release date in mind for that yet, or are you just looking to sort of release that next year? Or
so we don't have a release date yet, but we're starting to discuss this with clips, and basically we were thinking to release something next year and also in 2 years. So because we wrote a lot of music in these 2 years, we didn't even realize that. Actually, I remember a year ago, well, not even a year ago, 6 months ago, we were just talking. We said, "Oh, I don't know if we have enough
song," and we were like stressed a lot because we thought that we
just lost time.
We just lost time. We didn't have enough songs, and then in a certain point, we realized that we had tons of songs, and so
gone well then.
Yeah, we decided to start working on a double release.
But then, of course, double release, we mean a double album. But then, release a double album in one time is a bit too much, considering that would be our second album.
Yeah, And Chris from Eclipse said, guys, I strongly advise to divide this album in 2 albums.
And so the idea is, to release next one exactly in 12 months and the third one in 24 months. But, for now is an idea, then we'll see.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So have you got all the songs written for both those releases now, did you say, sorry? Or I know you say you got the ideas down, but how complete are they? They're just like raw demos as such, or you got more like fully drafted songs for that?
Well, I would say 70% is basically ready. We just need to record them.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and obviously when we start the processing of recording, some things change because, when you are actually recording, there's always new ideas, new formulas to explore. So yeah, 70% I think is pretty much right. Yeah.
That's great. I'll be honest. I mean, like I was chatting to some friends of mine who you spoke. Well, I'll be honest. It was them who introduced me to Aaron and Ryan over at the On the Vibe podcast when you were on that. And that was the first time. I mean, I'd heard your name around, but I hadn't sort of heard you guys at that point. But when I saw you guys chatting, Aaron and Ryan, I thought, I'm going to check these guys out. So Aaron and Ryan, say hello, by the way. And I should chat them before we came on.
We love you, man.
They're good guys. But yeah, and what really struck me about your sound, I guess, sort of standing out. I mean, there's a big sort of what I'm passionate about really is the newer side of bands that are coming through the ranks as such. And there's a new wave of classic rock. There's a lot of bands going out there, much more. But what really stood out, there's a real big progressive element in your sound, which I really like. I was much like in my hard rock. I like all kinds of music, so that progressive sound in your guys really grabbed my ear. Are you guys more into sort of everything, or are there any particular bands that influence you guys? Or?
Well, considering that we like pretty much everything, I think you can hear that from our music.
Yeah, I mean, like every song I've sort of heard takes you on a different journey, which I really like. I like the fact that you guys just go where the song goes, but it always sounds like you guys,
Actually, this is the reason why we call the band Shape of Water.
Makes sense.
Because we said a human being is complex emotionally talking. Okay, you are not always in anger, you are not always in pain, you are not always happy, you are not always sad. And sometimes, it's difficult to understand like band like Slipknot or Radiohead, that they are very able to focus only on one side of the emotional sphere. For us, it's a bit different. It's a bit difficult to do that, even because me and him, we are very different between each other. Yeah. And so the force of this mix always brings to something unexpected and something that we need to explore. And so we decided, why don't, because it seems that it's impossible for us to do something different. So we decided, okay, let's go on this way. Let's experiment and let's see.
Let's stick to the actual being different every time instead of trying to focus on only one genre. Just, you know what? It's just, this is us. Us is do everything we want, just anything we want, and not try to focus on one genre. So
just because we have to.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but anyway, if you will ask what band we are usually, we love, we will say, I think you can hear that sometimes Queen, Muse, but even sometimes Metallica.
Yeah, and actually during the years, at least my taste changed a lot, because I started that I was listening only Queens, Led Zeppelin, and then I started with Radiohead, Slipknot, actually everything, even pop music. So
this is it to me. Music's just music, you know what I mean? Like there's no such thing as, I mean, there's certain types of music that not necessarily that sort of turn me on, for want of a better term, but there's just music and good music and bad music. There's if it sounds good in your ear, that's that. And like people always assume, you mentioned Queen, and people always assume Queen as being this big rock band, but you listen to their sound and you go for stuff in like good old fashioned Loverboy all the way through to Brighton Rocks, through to Innuendo, and there's a whole absolute magma of musicality within them.
Exactly,
it's a universe.
Yeah. for instance, between the song along, I mean, in the songs we just new songs were written. There are some songs that actually only like purely electronic songs.
Oh, cool.
And some songs,
and there is even something pretty much weird.
Well, of course. There are some songs that even sometimes they are even metal, like heavy metal, and yeah, it's just we really want to go deep into the actual meaning of the song and what we want to express, you know, with that song specifically.
There is a song that we are working at the moment. The song probably will be called Star Child, that actually excite me because it's super weird.
Is a mix between techno, prog, and Radiohead.
Sounds like it'd be right up my watch street. Those are prog, and so do I. To be fair, I say I love all sorts of music. In a sense, I like it when bands just go. That's what I liked about you guys. You couldn't quite. I like bands that you can't quite put in a box. You know what I mean? Where it always sounds like them, but you never know what they're going to come out with. You never know which way it's going to turn, and it's just part of the rich tapestry of music at the end of the day, which I really liked when I first heard you guys.
That's a big compliment, even because I think that this is our biggest quality, but even our biggest what is the opposite of quality? Weakness, yeah.
It's like, well, I don't consider it a weakness. I mean, like you say, you guys are what you're doing. You chose the name to signify that's what you're doing, and then you're going to get people who are going to come with you throughout the whole thing, and you're going to get people who like certain elements of you. But that's the way things go sometimes.
Exactly. No, yeah.
So for people who aren't aware of you guys so much, did you want to tell them the story of how you sort of ended up moving over from Italy over to the UK, how that came about, why you chose the UK?
Okay, basically, I think this is pretty much an easy one because his fiancée at the time girlfriend was studying here in Manchester, and we were artistically in a point where we felt ourselves a bit lost. We were in another band called The Lotus at the time, and apparently after a long time together, we were not able to understand where
things things didn't work, honestly. It was I think still, I mean, a lot of things Shape of Water have as now is basically because what we've brought from The Lotus, but the band itself couldn't work because half band was in Italy, we were here, but still it was different. It was difficult to communicate, not only because of distance, but in general. And
we were looking for a more vibrant, musically talking city compared to our San Toronto. There is a beautiful city in summertime, but nothing to do for the rest of the year. And honestly, the music scene is pretty much dead. Yeah, it's basically a touristic city. So imagine like sun, beach, a lot of fun, but not a real rock music scene. And so, considering that his girlfriend was in Manchester, we said, why don't we do this step and just move on? Let's see how things goes over there. At the end, for us, England was like the beginning of our dream when we were young, like Queen, they are British, Led Zeppelin, they are British. All the bands that we could think about, they were all British. And so we said, well, why not?
Oh yeah, I mean, Manchester's got a great scene. There's some great rock bars about. There's a really cool scene in Manchester. I mean, I'm about 4 or 5 hours away, but it's not unknown for if the gig falls right, if I can get the time off work and my day job just to go out for a weekend and see who's about, to be honest. Or if there's a band I love, I would personally always go to Manchester or Nottingham or somewhere like that over London, just because I just think this scene's a bit more open and there just seems to be a better buzz up there for me. Maybe that's the inner northerner in me, I don't know. But it's funny you moved to Manchester because I don't know if you've heard a band called Oceansides, but I heard a lot of Oceansides.
Of course.
Yeah.
Cool. But I don't know only, but I know the band. Yeah.
I was going to say because when I first heard you guys, I heard a lot of Oceansides in your sound, which was really cool for me because I love Oceansides. So.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, well, I remember, what was the name of that song? It just stuck in my head, but I don't remember the name. All in 7/8. Well, anyway, yeah. I don't remember the name, but it was amazing. Yeah.
I don't know, great band. So yeah, well, at least you know where that came from in the sound. So I know you've had a few live gigs lately. One with some good friends of mine in Bad Touch. But how's being returning to live music after obviously?
Honestly, for me, playing live is the experience. I enjoy the studio, I enjoy the creation of the music, but when I play live, I think it's more or less the same for him as well. It's the best part of our job.
Yeah,
so, yeah, the contact with the public, and because before lockdown we didn't had any release, so.
Yeah, we just had an EP, but it was
we were making some gigs here and there, but since the reopening, I mean, things it seems works a little better.
Yeah, no, and honestly, when we first hit the stage in July at Waterloo Pub in Blackpool,
it was a great venue.
Yeah, it's an absolutely amazing venue. And thanks to Raz that invited there to play, Raz from Call of the Wild Festival.
Oh, I love Raz, he's a good bloke.
Yeah, and yeah, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, when I actually went to the stage, I didn't actually believe that we were finally about to play again after 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
And it was absolutely amazing. Actually, I didn't expect all that people there for us playing. Well, we were playing, not there. But yeah, it was amazing. Then we play at Satfest, and of course now we're having these gigs with Bad Touch, which I can't wait.
In Manchester, and then we got Leicester as well.
Yeah, we're playing our first live line show, like 1 hour and a half show. Wow. Yeah, and then for now we have some.
Well, we got few gigs for next year. Some
festival. For now, we have February, the Rockmantic, still with Raz in Carlisle. And we finally got the Call of the Wild festival confirmed.
That's great that that's still going ahead, because obviously there was, like me, just push play, they had to postpone it. And I was hoping because I know Raz and guys over there quite well. And we were both sort of messaging each other when we were like, oh no, we're going to have to postpone again. And I'm going to have to postpone just push play. And sadly for them, they had to postpone again this year. I mean, I was fortunate that just push play managed to go ahead, but I know everything they've sort of been through on that side of the coin. So it's great to see that go ahead, and they're great guys. So it's gonna be a good one of the summer, that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully next year the more we play, the better it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, of course, hopefully next year we're starting to release new music. So get going.
That's it.
So hypothetically, if you could go out on tour with anyone, who would you go out on tour with?
Oh, difficult.
I'll make it easier. I'll give you a choice each. I'll be fair. You can choose a band each. I'll be fair on that. I won't make you choose one between you.
Well, my dream, like my personal dream would be Muse, but I don't know. That's maybe too.
Muse, okay. Muse, but Muse, they have their own stage. I mean, you will be the second act, and that's it. So,
even though I have to be honest, I love Muse, but when last time we watched them, I actually preferred the
Tom Morello.
Tom Morello, which for me was, I mean, absolutely amazing.
We went to see Muse 6 times, and every time 7 for you, and every time was amazing. But last time here in Manchester, Tom Morello alone
just stole the stage.
Yeah, stole the stage. He moved something inside me. It seems that what he has to say was pretty much true. Just him and his guitar, and he was so,
Was he doing a solo show? Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Crazy. I think I would like to tour with Ozzy Osbourne when he was young.
even now, actually, I would love to just know him, just to know him. Absolutely.
A lot of good friends of mine saying about me that I'm a yes man. So every time someone proposes me something new, I'm always like, yes, let's do it. Yes. Imagine me and Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, God. You could get onto all kinds of things if you just keep saying yes to Ozzy Osbourne. You know that, and, we'd never see you again.
But the unexpected sides is what makes me glorious.
Didn't realize Tom Morello supported Muse.
Yeah. Well, 2 years ago. Yeah.
2 years ago, yeah.
Oh, nice. But that was a great show. He's really another player. I've always said with Tom Morello, for me as a guitarist, he's up there with like Eddie Van Halen and Hendrix. You know, he just completely changed how people approach playing guitar. As simple as that.
Absolutely.
And a lot of imitators since when it comes to using effects and stuff, but no one's ever quite done it like Tom Morello at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. I think I even stole some little stuff from Tom Morello.
I think everyone's been guilty of that, to be fair, since anyone who's ever used an effects pedal since Tom Morello's used them.
Yeah, exactly. Like one pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. No, one band I'd love to go back and see would be Rage. Well, I hope they reform because I think they were supposed to do some shows before COVID kicked off.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I saw something about that.
Yeah, I think they just I think they reformed to record a new album, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, that'd be great to hear, because I'll be honest, obviously with everything the world's gone through right now, if there's ever a time for a new Rage Against the Machine album, this is it. You know, both with obviously COVID and all the stuff politically that's been going on in the States. If there was ever a time for Rage to reform, I think it's definitely now.
Especially now that we are doing what they told us.
Yes, exactly, man. So what does the rest of the year look like for you guys and into 2022 then? What you got lined up in terms of anything that we've not sort of mentioned?
Okay, November we got these 2 gigs. October, December we are going to start some recording for the album
at home, but also we will probably
that's for sure.
Yeah, we will collaborate for a couple of songs with a studio in Manchester.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Fox, if I'm not wrong.
Matt Fox, yeah.
To record a couple of songs, which probably will be
the 2 singles.
2 singles, and just we also want to collaborate with people. Actually, we're trying to involve.
Actually, on that point, on the latest release that we did, we collaborate with a Portuguese drummer, another drummer from Sheffield. And there is trombone from Los Angeles.
We're going all over the show, people.
We decided to expand ourselves and collaborate more with different artists, because every time you put something new, things change, things evolve, and it's an opportunity to understand the different points of view of different artists. At the end, for us, art is sharing. And it's amazing that with music we can do it like that.
That's great that we're able to do that these days, in terms of technology, just allowing us to collaborate with people from across the world. That's really cool.
Yeah, and we are going to have some more collaborations with weird instruments and things that we don't have, but other people have.
So is there any sort of instruments or musical styles that you wouldn't incorporate into the sound of Shape of Water? Because obviously you've got quite a varied taste. Is there anything that you wouldn't go down the route of?
We are going to implement some mandolin. We are going to implement trombones, trumpets.
In terms, I think we will. Honestly, we will put all the instruments if we need them. In terms of genres, I would probably would never compose what's it called, Latin American,
something like
like Carlos Santana kind of thing.
No, I cannot do that. I really no.
To be fair, I can't see it working with you guys in Santana. I don't see it lining up.
The next Latin. La forma dell'acqua.
So at the beginning of the interview, we're going to play Not All the Things, which is a song of yours I'm particularly just loving right now, to be honest. But what song of yours would you like us to play at the end of the interview? And we'll sandwich the interview.
You decide.
Okay. Scar, it could be, for us, Scar was like the most loved song when we start recording.
Yeah.
And we don't know why, even if we push that song, it seems I'm struggling a bit to come up. So I think I will choose Scar.
Cool, we'll go with that. And thanks for talking to me, guys. It's been great to talk to you.
Oh,
thank you so much.
thank you
for
so
having
much.
us.
And that was a nice chat.
Yeah, there you go. No, thanks for talking to me. It's been great. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No worries. And yeah, hopefully I'll catch you out on the road at some point.
Absolutely.
Hopefully.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now that it's all opening up, we can actually go to gigs again. So yeah, we'll meet up. We'll have a beer somewhere.
That could be great.
Absolutely, yeah. Please.
No worries. All right, guys. Well, thanks for your time, and I'll let you enjoy the rest of the evenings. And go look after that little one of yours, Luca.